Welcome to the 7th class. After finishing the 6th class, so now you are in 7th standard. I am very happy to welcome you to this class today. So there is a lesson in English. The first lesson, the town mouse and the country mouse. Before go to the lesson, there is a face sheet. You can see the textbook. The face sheet gives us the clear picture about the village life and the city life. Which one do you prefer? Come on, tell me. Which one is peaceful? Which one are prepared to live there? So that is your opinion. Anyhow, let us discuss about the two pictures. The village life is always peaceful, no doubt at all. Everything is available in village except medical facilities. So you can enjoy a lot peacefully in village. So town life is somewhat critical. There is a pollution. There are many buses and lorries. So motor vehicles are running around. So there is a pollution. Many kinds of pollution. Existed in the town life. So you cannot find any pollution here in village life. Village life always peaceful. Here town life, tensional. In case if the one employee wants to go for job to the office, they have to run to catch the bus. That is what the village life. They have to forget their whole family till they come back to their house. So there are many advantages and disadvantages of the this one village life and the town life. Let us go to the lesson. The town mouse and the country mouse. Let me read the lesson first. Lesson reading is very, very important. Observe carefully. The town mouse and the country mouse were cousins. They often wrote to each other. One day, the country mouse got this letter from his cousin. There is a letter. How to write a letter? You can see this which is stipulated in your textbook. How to write a letter? First of all, from address. What does the from address contain? Kitchen cupboard, Mouse Town, 11th March 2012. Next one, sanitation. That is called sanitation. Dear cousin. Next one, body of the letter. I have been ill with a cough and my doctor feels I need a holiday. He has asked me to spend a week in the countryside. May I stay with you? Please give me an early reply. With warm regards, your affectionately. Town mouse. Again, to address. So this is what the letter. Let me continuation of the lesson. A few paras. Receiving the invitation from the country mouse, the town mouse packed his bags and caught the next train to the countryside. The day was bright and sunny, and soon the town mouse began to feel hot in the train. I wish there was an air-conditioned coach, he said to himself. I feel very uncomfortable here. However, there was nothing he could do about it. So he grumbled to himself while the train chugged slowly into the country. The country mouse was waiting at the station. Oh cousin, the town mouse said as soon as he got off the train. The train was dreadful. I feel terribly hot and thirsty. I hope you have something ice cold for me to drink at home. Well, I have some water, said the country mouse, but I can look around for some coconut water if you like. Coconut water? Asked the town mouse in horror. Don't you have any orange juice or lemonade? I am afraid not, replied his cousin. But I found a very nice piece of root today and a tender bit of sugar cane. I am sure you will enjoy. Root, sugar cane, the town mouse exclaimed, but I don't eat raw food like that. The country mouse said, this is what we eat in the country. So I am afraid you too have to eat this. Try it. It is not bad. The town mouse did not enjoy his dinner at all. He nibbled at the root and the sugar cane and then said he wanted to sleep. The country mouse showed a corner in the house, in the mouse hole, and said, "There you are, you can sleep there." So let us discuss in detail the town mouse and the country mouse. So the town mouse and the country mouse were cousins. The town mouse and the country mouse were cousins. They often wrote each other one day. So the town mouse wrote a letter to the country mouse replied to the town mouse. The country mouse got this letter from his cousin. The country mouse received the letter from the town mouse. What does the matter contain in the letter? What the town mouse has written a letter to the country mouse. So there is a from address, kitchen cupboard, Mouse Town, 11th March 2012. That is from address. This is called from address. Dear cousin, this is called salutation. Salutation. This is called salutation. Second step. Then body of the letter. I have been ill with a cough and my doctor feels I need a holiday. So the town mouse explained in his letter, I have been ill with a cough and my doctor feels I need a holiday. The doctor suggested the town mouse to take a rest. He has asked me to spend a week in the countryside. So the doctor asked the town mouse to spend the week in the countryside. What is the countryside? What is the meaning of the countryside? Countryside means village side. May I stay with you? Please give me any reply. Shall I come to you? Shall I come to your house? Shall I stay with you for some days? So he requested to give the reply to the town mouse. With warm regards, this is subscription. Yours affectionately, town mouse. Again, there is a to address. To country mouse, the mouse hole, mouse country. This is the way of writing a letter. This is called personal letter. Whether you write a letter to the father or mother or cousin or sister or any relatives or friends, this is the way of writing a letter. Okay, let's go to the next part. Receiving the invitation from the country mouse. So, receiving the invitation from the country mouse, the town mouse packed his bags and caught the next train to the countryside. Anyhow, when the country mouse received the letter from the town mouse, country mouse has written a letter, replied. The town mouse packed his bags and caught the next train to the countryside. So the town mouse packed his baggage and he decided to travel to the countryside. So he wanted to he caught the train. The day was bright and sunny and soon the town mouse began to feel hot in the train. The day was so bright. There was a sunshine, very hot. The sun was very hot. So as soon as he got into the train, he began to feel very hot. There was a hot in the train. I wish there was an air-conditioned coach. To say to himself, the town mouse said to himself, I wanted to have an air-conditioned coach. That is what I wish there was an air-conditioned coach. He said to himself, I feel very uncomfortable here. Uncomfortable. Somewhat not at all adjustable in the train. Somewhat it was unable to sit because of the hot. Uncomfortable, comfortable, opposite words. However, there was nothing he could do about it. There was nothing he could do about it. So he grumbled to himself while the train chugged slowly into the country. So he could not do anything. Even though it was so hot, he has to adjust in the train. So he grumbled to himself, grumble, to complain about something, grumble. To complain about something. He grumbled himself. He wanted to complain himself. He was murmuring while the train chugged slowly to the country. Chuggled. Chuggled means sound of an engine. Chuggled. Sound of an engine. Sound of an engine. It chuggled slowly into the countryside. The country mouse was waiting at the station. Now, the country mouse was waiting at the station. To whom? to the town mouse. Oh cousin, the town mouse said as soon as he got off the train. When the town mouse got off the train, got down from the train, so the cousin welcomed him, received him. The train was dreadful. The train was dreadful. I feel terribly hot and thirsty. The town mouse somewhat exclaimed. The train was so dreadful. Dreadful means bad. It was so bad. I feel terribly hot and thirsty. I hope you have something ice cold for me to drink at home. So the town mouse asked the country, I hope you have some ice cold for me to drink at home, because it was getting thirsty. Well, I have some water, said the country mouse. I have some water, said the country mouse. There is a good conversation between the country mouse and the town mouse. But I can look around for some coconut water if you like. The country mouse told the town mouse, in case if you like coconut water, I look around. I will get you. Coconut water. Asked the town mouse in horror. Coconut water. Oh my God. Asked the town mouse in horror means fear. Don't you have any orange juice? I don't want any coconut water. I wanted to have an orange juice or the lemonade. Lemonade means lemon juice. I am afraid now. No. My dear cousin, no. We don't have such kind of juice here. But I found a very nice piece of fruit today and a tender bit of sugar cane. I am sure you will enjoy. I have got a root today and I get a tender bit of sugar cane. A small piece of sugar cane I have got, so that you can eat and enjoy. That's what he replied. Root, sugar cane, root, sugar cane. The town mouse exclaimed. Exclaimed means wonder. Root, sugar cane. But I don't eat raw food like that. I don't eat raw food. Raw opposite, cooked. I won't eat raw food. The country mouse said, this is what we eat in the country. The country mouse replied nicely to the town mouse, this is what we eat in the country. He replied, so I am afraid you too have to eat this. Try it. It is not bad. Come on, try to eat. It is not a bad thing. You can enjoy it. The town mouse did not enjoy his dinner at all. The town was somewhat sad. He was not at all interested to eat whatever the country mouse has provided. The town mouse did not enjoy his dinner. Dinner means supper. Supper means night meals. He nibbled at the root. Nibbled means somewhat tasted at the root and the sugar cane, and then said he wanted to sleep. The country mouse showed a corner in the mouse hole. So the country mouse showed the hole. In the hole, there you are. You can sleep in that hole. It showed. The country mouse showed to the town mouse. On the ground, asked the town mouse, do I have to sleep on the ground? Shall I sleep on the ground? No, I don't like to sleep on the ground. Yes, this is how we sleep in the country. In countryside, we sleep like this. This is what country mouse smoothly replied to the town mouse. His cousin answered. As the town mouse lay down on the hard, cold ground, he suddenly thought of something. Cousin, he called. As the town mouse lay down on the hard, it was a hard ground, cold, so cold that time, he suddenly thought of something. Suddenly opposite, gradually. So suddenly thought of something, cousin, he called out. Yes, what is it? The country mouse asked. Why is it so quiet here? Where are all the cars and lorries? Where are the radios and the television? Where are the lights? The town mouse suddenly thought. In town there are many lorries, many automobiles, all kinds of vehicles. There is a much sound in the town, but there is a quiet. There is no noise here. He asked. Why is so quiet here? Where are all the cars and lorries? Where are the radios and the televisions? Where are all the lights? There are no lights, there are no TVs, there are no radios, there are no automobiles, vehicles. He asked. So the town mouse asked the country mouse. This is how it is in the country. His cousin replied. The country mouse replied the town mouse. This is what in the country. It is always quiet in the country. Always quiet. There is no sound. Sometimes it is quieter than today. My grandfather says that our village is quietest among all the villages in our district. Oh, it is. The country is a strange place, said the town mouse. Oh, this is what in the countryside. So, really, this is a strange place, said the town mouse. But he said to himself, I don't think I like this place. He said to himself, I don't like to live in this place. Because the town mouse is already accustomed, adjusted to the town. The town mouse wanted to listen to the sound of the automobiles. It wanted to listen to the television or radio. So like that. Next morning, the town mouse found that there was no breakfast today. His cousin told him that they had to go to the nearby farm to search for food. There was no breakfast that day. His cousin, the country mouse, told the town mouse, let us go to the nearby farm to search for the food. Farm means field. We are sure to find something there, he said, a nice piece of fruit or the tender bit of the sugarcane. No doubt, we are going to get the piece of fruit or the sugarcane. But the town mouse had enough. Thank you, cousin, he said, but I think I will catch the next ride home. I have suddenly remembered that I have forgotten something. So, town mouse totally struggled because of the country. He did not like to stay in the country. So that is why he wanted to leave as early as possible from the country. But I think I will catch the next train. I have suddenly remembered that I have forgotten something. My dear cousin, my dear mouse, I wanted to leave this place. I have forgotten in my house. So I wanted to go back to my house. The town mouse told the country mouse. Remember opposite? Forget. A few days later, the country mouse wrote to his cousin, the town mouse, here is the letter. After some days, the country mouse wrote the letter to the town mouse. So there is a letter. So the letter will be explained tomorrow. The class will be continued tomorrow. God bless you.